Long way, get this shit a long way, shit a long way, long way, hit it long way, 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 shit a long way, 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 shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way, get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way, get this shit a know this shit don't really understand, man. Gotta know this shit don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand. She be tripping every day, she be tripping every way, but I gotta get this shit a long way, gotta get this shit a long way. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, every day we gotta get paid, I'm feeling like we be the new slaves, no we gotta finish rich, no we gotta finish rich, got a new bitch, she don't understand rich, she don't understand, niggas gotta get rich, she don't understand, sometimes we got hit lit, no we ain't hit lit, we tryna get the long way, tryna get this shit the long way, coach is tryna wrap up a entree, told you the other day that did my phone strong, we gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, get this shit the long way, my bitch be trippin' back and forth like the phone way, my name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done talking, yesterday she told me that she bout to leave, said fuck it bitch, we gon' get some money, said fuck it bitch, I'm about to get some money, so what I do today, I want to get some money, we gon' get this shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, back and forth like the pong way, man, I'ma get this shit the long way, get this shit the long way, just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy, we gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day, we be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, for me. So we gon' get this shit the long way, 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 we get this shit the long way, cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, we gon' get the long way,
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me okay? Just making sure. Testing, testing. All right, look like you guys can hear me. I'm on my headphones, Mike. I'm still out of town, so that's the only reason why I'm not getting on camera today, because I know you guys like seeing my facial expressions. And what's up, Alonzo Early Bird? I know you guys like seeing my facial expressions, but I'm looking kind of rough right now. I didn't expect to be out of town this long, so I got to see the barber and all that good stuff. So my stuff is looking wild. But anyway, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is LJ Young. I'm the founder of SMD. And what I do is I'm here to share my gift. All right. And my gift is that I know for a fact, 100% mathematical fact, that capitalism is psychological, positive, and negative. And math says it's true, so it is true, right? So what that means is this: with this gift, I call it a gift. I help people come over to the positive side of capitalism and get off the negative side. But the psychological part is that the people that live on the negative side don't know that they live there. Those are called debt slaves. Now, debt slaves are people that believe they can own things with no money of their own, believe they can buy a house with no money, think they can buy a car with no money, think they can invest in retirement while deep in student loan debt. Those are called debt slaves. Debt slaves, they, when you can show them something that's clearly not mathematically true and they still don't believe it, that's the psychological part that makes them debt slaves. Now, it's very important for the majority to be debt slaves. That's a very important part. What debt slaves don't know is that they are the major piece in this whole piece, but they just don't know it. That's how it's supposed to be. That's part of the program. I'm just here to help you be part of the positive side, because you don't have to be there. It's a choice. Debt slaves are choosing. That's the wonderful thing about capitalism being psychological, positive, and negative. It's a choice. You either trust the calculator or you don't. If you don't, you'll be on the negative side of the economy forever. But anyway, like I said before, the psychological part in capitalism is that debt slaves don't know that they're debt slaves. They don't know that, right? They don't know a credit report is really an owner's ledger. It just keeps track of all the businesses that own them. As long as they pay back their owners on time, they reward them with a credit score, and they're happy. It's like, hey, here's 800. They're like, oh, whoopee! I can. It's higher for me to go borrow some more money. But anyway, all right. So I just wanted to knock that out here. So I'm gonna do a review, a video from Caleb Hammer. Okay, he's a guy. First of all, this is not to bash him. It's not to say he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's crazy. I'm not. This is Caleb is put it this way. He is a young man, and I'm gonna give you now. I want you to understand. It's at a different level. Knowing that capitalism is psychological and positive and negative, I'm going to give you a different perspective of the economy, and so you can see what Caleb's doing to create his business and do what he's doing right now. He obviously now I don't know if he himself knows that capitalism is psychological positive. Now, I don't know, but he most definitely understands that personal debt is bad. Okay, that's clear. I can just listen to the way he speaks. He clearly understands that personal debt is bad. But anyway, what he has done, especially with debt slaves, if you watch his channel and you're a debt slave and you're in debt, you don't know what he's doing. Like these people that come on a show, they're obviously debt slaves because only a debt slave will come on the show and get treated like that. You know what I'm saying? And get abused. But you got to remember, debt slaves they don't know they don't know that Caleb is doing that to them because they're on the negative side and they psychologically do not understand why they're even on the show. It's like if you're even on that show, you're a debt slave. Period. That's period. There's no ifs ands or if you're on the show. But it's not bad though. He's doing a service. I guess not for people like me, but people who are in debt. But you got to remember, the majority are in debt. So he has endless content. I remember when he first started, and I used to watch a couple of his videos, and I said to myself, he's really good at his delivery, and he has endless amounts of content because there will always be people in debt. And from the videos I watch, he knows how to pick the worst of the worst debt slaves, the worst of them, just like very bad, like they just don't know, probably never will, et cetera, et cetera. But what I'm going to do is and if you're watching this show, you just caught it later, but oh, I'm sounding kind of muffled. Huh? Let me make sure. Am I sounding muffled? Make sure I need you guys to let me know if I'm sounding bad or good because I want this to be. Let's do this. Let me turn these off and go regular. All right. Let's try it without the headphones. All right, let's go. Let's try it without the headphones. I want this to be clear. Okay, I was on my. It might not come across right, but anyway, he has endless content. You guys gotta understand. That's why his channel was. It's not. He's okay. His channel is shot up because he's very good at what he does. Don't get me wrong, but I want you guys to understand that his content is endless because the majority are debt slaves. And it will always be that way. I want you guys to understand debt slaves will be here to the end of time. So he has endless content, no different than Dave Ramsey. That's why Dave Ramsey is so successful because he has endless. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that because I didn't know that if I was muffled or not. But it's the same way. There will always be debt slaves, right? But when you know how to build a business upon them, that's the only way you're going to be successful because you need debt slaves to purchase from you. No different than people financing Apple iPhones and cars and stuff. It really doesn't matter. It's just long as you believe long as you get them to believe, that's it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is give you a higher level of what Caleb's doing and how my reaction to the people he interviewed. So you guys can see from a different level. Now, if you are trying to be like Caleb, I can help you be like Caleb. I can do that for you. But you have to know first you have to know and accept that if you're a debt slave. All right, so let's get to it. Make sure you guys can hear me. All right, let's see. Let's add this to the stream. All right. I probably swap back and forth between. So let's make sure you guys can hear. Okay, so I'm gonna play it now. Whoop, wrong button. All right.
My name is Juan. I'm 30 years old. I live in Palm Bay, Florida.
Give me a one if you guys can hear
financial
before I
audit.
get into it. I'm
from Florida. Thank you for coming on over. I appreciate that. 30 years old there. What do you do for a living?
I work in growth, which is a mix of product management with marketing and data.
What's your position called?
Well, right now it's called growth strategist.
Okay.
My name is Juan.
All right, so fair use.
My name is Juan.
Fair use, fair use. It's fair use because I'm commenting on it. And again, this is not to bash Caleb. This is to give you guys a different. I'm going to give you the factual, mathematical perspective of our economy. Okay, so you guys know this is not. And if you're new, again, if you're new to the channel, I want you to understand something. This is not just my opinion. This is not my hypothesis. This is fact. What I'm telling you, that's fact because math says it's fact. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's see.
I'm 30 years old. I live in Palm Bay, Florida, and this is financial audit.
So first of all, let's make sure you guys understand something. If Caleb is even interviewing somebody on this show, they're a debt slave right off the bat. Okay. Second, number two, he's 30 years old. That is the prime demographic to create young, new debt slaves. Okay. All right.
From Florida. Thank you for coming on over.
Yes.
I appreciate that. 30 years old there. What do you do for a living?
I work in growth, which is a mix of product management with marketing and data.
What's your position called?
Well, right now it's called growth strategist.
Okay.
But yeah, I just signed a new contract at a different company. So
for doing what?
It's going to be senior growth lead.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This sounds like some.
It's getting there.
What are you making now and what are you going to make at your new role?
Right now, 110 grand a year.
Very nice.
And the new contract is for 135.
Now remember, that's gross. Okay. You guys got to understand something. That is gross. Okay. Gross. Okay. That means before taxes are taken out. Now, I want you guys to also understand something. You'll learn the more you watch my videos. It's 100% mathematically impossible for debt slaves, people in debt, to reduce their tax bracket. That's 100% mathematically impossible. Debt slaves don't know that. All right, let's go.
Nice. When do you start the new one?
2 weeks.
Ooh, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's very exciting. You excited?
Yes, super.
Good. All right. So from your perspective, kind of jumping into your finances before we actually take a look at it, I want to know how you would self-describe your financial situation and what you would rate yourself 1 out of 10 or 0 out of 10.
All right. Let me tell you why Caleb asked him that question. He already knows his finances are horrible because he's on the show. Okay, that's for you guys. That's for you guys so you guys can hear it for yourself. Caleb already knows it. That's why the guy is here. The guy is there because he doesn't know he's a debt slave. That's why he's on the show. Okay.
I guess right now I would say I'm at a 2.
Okay, you make a lot of money, but okay.
Yeah. I haven't always, and we'll get to that probably.
Mm-hmm.
He's at a 0. That's why he's on the show. He's at a 0.
But I would say maybe even just 1 year ago, I was at a 0. So, and I'll just.
So what is it? Well, where'd you come from and what is it now? Like, what's up?
Right. So I'm not from the US. I moved here 3 years ago under a really weird and rough situation immigration wise with my wife.
Oh.
And basically I've been here for 3 years, but the first year and 11 months or so, I didn't have a work permit. So I would say my situation.
I might fast forward through some of these things because I don't really want to. I don't really want to hear the stories. I just want to get to the point to where he's at, because the story of where he's at today is really irrelevant. It doesn't really mean anything. Okay.
Is 50% life-changing events, how everything works.
Fair enough. So what country did you come from?
Moving around, trying to get like
Okay.
Now I'm in the process of an asylum.
Very good. Where's she from?
But basically owning land, get as much as they can from productive lands and
Did y'all flee?
So just have a life there. I can't tell them. A lot of assumptions go in hand, but
if you guys want to watch that, you can go back and watch it, but I'm fast forwarding.
Just in legal stuff. I was 18 years old. I got a scholarship and I moved to London, UK, but that was only for tuition, not living expenses.
Sure.
And because Venezuela at the time, and still does, but they have currency exchange, sorry. So basically, if you want to purchase US dollars or any other currency outside of Venezuela, you need to go through the government. Though they didn't take advantage of that. Good karma comes to live there, being expensive. The government said, hey, even worse. I was working there, teaching English. Love Colombia.
So this is for automatic payment?
Okay, I'm going
too far into your finances beforehand.
Good. Year
right,
worked with a work permit associated to my graduation, my program. Then I didn't get an H1, so to work there.
Okay.
Love the place. Yes.
Well, welcome to America.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's look at that monies then, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. I need to fully confess that I did not.
Now you see the way the young man, the 30-year-old man faces like, oh, well, see him getting uncomfortable? Because that means he already knows it's bad. That's why he's there. That's why he's very uncomfortable. Okay, just look at the body language.
Did not look too far into your finances beforehand.
Good.
Yes, you did, Caleb. Stop lying.
But I just see so many credit cards and stuff. Okay. Either way, we can start with Bank of America.
Now notice how animated Caleb is. You notice how animated it is? That's part of the show. Like, oh my God. Well, he already knew that before the camera started rolling. Okay, that's why he picked him. But the animation is for you guys. That's why his show is so successful, because it's for you guys. But what I know for a fact, though, I know the majority of debt slaves, the majority of the people that watch this show are in the same position as this guy. That's all. No different.
Is this your primary checking? Advantage plus banking?
Yeah, I would say primary together with my co-primary with Discover checkings account.
Okay. Co-primary, interesting. Beginning balance of $189, and we're ending with $39.79.
Yeah, I use it for automatic payments, basically.
So this is for automatic payments, yet we're ending at $40. Isn't that's risky?
Yeah,
automatic payments.
So with my current job, they only allow me to do direct deposit changes every cycle, so every 2 weeks. So it was a pain in the butt to actually try and put enough money for every paycheck to go to this account for the automatic
payments. The money
payments.
that came in was Zelle from yourself. $900. That's what came in.
Oh yeah. So that was during that period that I was moving things around, but that should come from the Discover card, the Discover account.
Mm-hmm. All right. And yeah, we did an auto pay, Chase credit card auto pay, another $900, I think, card payment, and then Premier Life.
That's life insurance.
Yeah. Okay.
Now remember, debt slaves believe payments are normal. That's why as Caleb lists off all of his payments, he's not saying anything. He's just like, oh yeah, that's from this is from that, because debt slaves believe payments are normal. Well, it's not. That's not. That's money going bye-bye. That's what that's going. Okay.
$70.
Yeah. What
kind of life insurance?
35-year term with a rider.
What debt slaves don't know is that when you're in debt, you can't buy anything. All right. So when you try to invest, let's go with this life insurance policy. He has no money to invest into a life insurance policy, which makes him what? He's the life insurance policy. It's him, because you cannot invest in anything when you're in debt. Okay.
Every year.
Okay.
Funny thing is, when I first got here, I couldn't get health insurance, and COVID hit, and it was the first time in my life I didn't have health insurance, and the pandemic happens.
Yeah.
So I figured, well, if I die, at least my wife gets something. So I got a life insurance.
That'd have been a bad time for you to get sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're alive.
Me too.
Congratulations. Let us see.
Caleb didn't even look at him when he said, "Hey, glad you're alive." Still looking at the computer board. Do you really care? No, that's not a threshold, Caleb. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out something.
Well, you sent some of your wife's stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it is the full picture, which is good.
Yeah, so we shared finances. She lost her job mid-February. So
see the way debt slaves talk? We shared brokenness, sharing that with the world. Hey, because you got to remember, debt slaves love to talk about how broke they are, how they have no money. They don't know that they say that, right? They don't know that they tell the whole world that they're broke, right?
So basically, she gave a 2-week notice. And within those 2 weeks, she had a paid vacation week, and we were counting on that money. And they basically told her not to come for those 2 weeks, and they never paid that vacation. So that little bit disaligned our finances.
Well, I don't know what the point of this is. Commune checking, $50 went in. That was the only thing that ever happened, and there's a total of $50 in there.
And that account, yeah. So that's an account from neobank that I'm reviewing for a video that I'm doing that I did basically, and I did the same with another one. So I just sent money to like activate those cards to test them out.
What's your other checking? What would it be called?
The Discover one.
Discover, that's what we're looking for. Discover.
That's yeah.
Oh, it's through spread. Yeah,
okay,
but from a breakdown, we
all right.
Checking. Yeah, I can't view it on the iPad because it's. But in this one, we had 4,545 payroll come in, but left 5,656.
Makes sense.
You gave your wife $1,000. You had an Amex payment of $1,450. You had large purchases like Best Buy, $476. Car payments, $366.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention. This guy is in deep debt. He doesn't know it. Okay, that's why he's on the show. That's why he's comfortable with Caleb listing all his debts out in public and for everybody to see, for millions of people to see that he's in debt.
The Best Buy payment, that was a card payment because I have a card with Best Buy. So it was a payment to the card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Can you imagine the interest rate on a Best Buy card? Can you imagine that? Oh man.
I can see in more detail what that is here, but it's just.
Now remember, debt slaves finance things that go down in value. Okay. Here, let me give you. Let's do the bigger thing. Okay, the bigger scope of what capitalism really is. Debt slaves have absolutely no money, none. So they have to finance everything. They finance things that go down in value at an interest rate. They don't know you're not supposed to do that. Like, here's another example. Look how many people finance electric cars. They don't know that you cannot save gas money on a financed electric car. That's 100% mathematically impossible, yet millions of them believe they do. Okay?
It's in an XLS format and can't get it on my iPad. Okay. Well, I think I saw one more little savings thing that we'll look at before anything happens.
That was the current. So everything that was in there left in any case.
What? So this doesn't exist? Oh yeah, you have $1 in there.
Yeah.
Or are we putting money in and out of our savings? Or are we taking it in and out?
Yeah, the idea was that my wife wanted to separate the money.
Let me give you guys another overview, okay? Checking and savings accounts do not exist for debt slaves. One means nothing. It looks like it's something different. Like they don't have no money to put in a checking or savings account. That's a program for them to just put money in the bank, okay? Because the bank makes money off of their money. So if they make them believe that they can put some money in the bank, that's good for the bank. That's called business. There's nothing wrong with it. You just don't have to be on the negative side of it. You can come to the positive side of it and do what the banks do. Listen, Without the banks, there is no economy. Debt slaves have no idea they are the currency. It's them. They are everything. So they don't have any money to put anywhere.
Money that was dedicated for her studies first, and then when it was time to pay things, that we would take it from
Okay,
there.
so that's what that's from, is to her
Yeah.
to her studies. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay, that's
then
fine.
also realizing all of this, that we had money stationed there, and then I saw like balance on some cards. I said, you know what? I'd rather pay the cards now, and once it's time to
It's
actually,
still good to have a little base, though, especially since you have that more risky situation. You need to make
scary.
minimum.
At this moment, that is not there, obviously, because of the times. Right check that's coming now, direct deposit there.
What's in your retirement? What's in her retirement?
She doesn't have. She's never been offered 401k through her jobs.
The reason why Caleb asked him the retirement question, Caleb already knows they have no retirement, because you cannot contribute to a retirement plan while you're in debt. You can't do that.
Or anything. I have 401k.
See the face? Caleb already knew his answer. Okay, he already knew. That's why he's asking the question. You got to remember, when you're financially free, debt slaves don't know that language exists. So they don't know why you are asking them the question. Again, like, him being on the show tells you everything you need to know. Okay,
that I've only been able to qualify for since last year. I have $5,500.
Okay, you're definitely behind for your age, but I'm glad within just the last year we've done that.
Yeah, it's for.
See how Caleb says, I know you're behind on your age. Now that will lead you to believe that a retirement plan has something to do with your age. It doesn't. Okay, retirement's not an age. Okay, that's part of the program, thinking you have to have a certain amount of money in a retirement plan by a certain age. Debt slaves don't know they are the retirement plan, because you cannot contribute to a retirement plan while you're have student loan debt, while you're making car payments. You can't do that.
4% match, and
Well, I guess we just go down the debts one by one, yeah?
Well, yeah, let's do that, Caleb.
We have a PayPal credit.
Yeah.
That's a credit card, yes.
Yeah, I see the transactions, and I don't have.
Do you not have the PDF?
Well, let's see if I have a PDF too, because this is a CSV. Okay, yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay,
so you pay off.
One thing that irritates me about Caleb, why does he do all that camera jumping? I can't stand that, in and out. I know he's trying to get you guys to look at his face, but it's annoying, right? But it's obviously working for him. I'm not saying, hey, do your thing, Caleb. I'm just saying from my point of view, from the SMD family's point of view, okay?
Off the PayPal credit.
Yeah. Now I only have 2 credit cards with a balance right now. So I had multiple credit cards with balance.
So you've been paying it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I have no savings though.
All right.
Okay. Gotcha. Canva. Calendar. You pay for Calendar. You pay for Zoom. Why is this not covered through work?
I was doing freelance. I was doing freelance gigs and pay that on the side.
And YouTube Premium and off. Cut them. It makes no sense. Stop spending. Well, you're spending on it, so I don't know how done we really are. We're spending on it.
So the PayPal one I'm using for like business expenses and stuff, like just to have it separate.
Have a business checking account.
Yeah, I want to create a business to get a checking account.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Bank of America balance. All right. Well, at least you're not spending on it, and at least it looks like it's in an interest-free period.
Oh, Caleb, he is so animated. Oh God, I can't believe. That's for you guys, audience.
Yeah. So they finish the interest period. One of them in November and one of them in December or January next year. So there are 2 of them.
They're both interest-free. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they're good, but
they weren't.
Thank goodness
they weren't for a while.
Interest-free.
It doesn't matter if they're interest free, okay? That's irrelevant. That's just the bait the credit card companies put on the hook to make you do it, because they know you're not. One look at, this guy's got to remember, if this is you going to get no interest credit cards, let me tell you something. The bank already has access to your credit report. You got to remember, credit reports are owner ledgers, okay? The bank already has access to your credit report. They already know when to offer
a credit transfer, bank transfer, credit card transfer, debt, whatever, interest free, they already know to give it to you because they know you guys are going to take it because they know what your credit report looks like. You guys don't get that? Well, you guys don't, but I'm just telling you why the offer comes around. Or when you're in trouble, all of a sudden the bank reaches out and says, "Hey, you want to do a home equity line of credit and this and that?" Of course you're going to do it. Of course, right at the right time. They already have you believing that you own a house with a mortgage. So why would you not believe you own equity in a house that you didn't even have the money to buy? Okay. All right.
Well, we have a minimum monthly payment of $41, but you made a $250 payment, so a little better, you know. Yeah, that's a lot of debt. So all this credit card debt you're accumulating, trying to get through this whole process and everything, and also I assume, there's probably some bullshit spending. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So on those two particular cards, I transferred balance to them because it was a mess. I had it across many different credit cards, stuff like that. So I just...
Debt slaves believe they can move money around for free. That costs money. That they charge you for balance transfers. It's not free.
Try to consolidate it on those two cards. I could have already paid everything off.
Oh, you could.
But we did get like a church wedding last year.
What's that got to do with anything?
That cost us, huh?
How much?
$15,000.
Why?
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Hold up. He's in debt. He could have paid off his debt, but instead he went to a wedding. Now remember, you guys got to remember, he don't have no money. So guess what he did? He financed that $15,000. That's financed. Okay.
Go to the courthouse.
We were already married.
Then why extra? If you were already married, are we doing that?
It was like the Catholic church.
All right. Now I got to agree with Caleb's reaction on that one. That's just bananas. Absolutely. That's why he picked him. I want you guys to understand something. Caleb knows how to pick the best of the best debt slaves. Like, you guys are stock. You guys don't really understand that, but you guys are stock. Caleb knows how to pick the best of the stock.
Church wedding.
Congratulations. Do it in a few years when you're out of debt. What? You were already married. There was no point of doing it.
Yeah, it was an emotional decision, not logical, for sure.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was all caveman brain. That was nothing else.
I agree.
What is this current thing?
Current is the savings, or where I'm putting like the $400.
Oh, that's right. We already talked about that.
Which is now.
Never mind. We already talked about that.
He just, listen what he said. He just financed $15,000 for a wedding, and he believes he's putting $500 in savings. Okay? He believes he's putting $500 in savings. That's part of the program. He doesn't know he is the money. Okay?
Car. Toyota something. Corolla 2020.
Oh God.
See the total balance.
Oh shit. What is it?
Is $15,000.
Woo!
$15,000 of death. Minimum monthly payment looks like $366.43. Yeah.
That one's in auto pay with the Discover card.
Notice how he always throws out auto pay like that means something. Oh, it's on auto pay. Why are you telling me that? What auto pay got to do with anything? That's just guaranteed money.
With your credit card?
There's a Discover checkings account.
Okay. 48 months. So she's a long one, but it's not definitely not the longest we've ever had.
I only realized recently that they gave us 75 months, like the terms, 75 months.
Okay.
Didn't realize it was so long.
And what's the interest rate on this thing?
668.
75 months on a car. He said, I just recently listen the way debt slaves talk. I just recently discovered that they gave us 75 months. You got to say, weren't you at the table when you signed that paperwork? You mean you didn't look? No, they don't look. Put it this way, you guys, okay? Especially if you finance the car. Only debt slaves finance things that go down in value at an interest rate. Okay, this is what you guys. Let me give you an example. We're going to use the quote of Albert Einstein: "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world." Those who understand compound interest, he says it, but I'm gonna add something in there. So yeah, those who understand compound interest earn positive compound interest. Those who do not pay negative compound interest. So if you have a car payment, you're paying compound interest to the bank. The bank is receiving the compound interest from you. That's how it works, okay?
Okay.
That was December 2020. Yeah, December 2020. So it was high, but my wife had only had literally a social security number for like 3 months, and she was only 1 month into her job. So it was like,
this is a great credit score this is a great car loan for today. So
yeah,
but still bad. We want to pay it off because it's above 4%.
Yeah.
Now see how Caleb tried to make homeboy feel good. Well, that's not bad. No, a car payment is bad. Period. There is no good thing. There is no awesome interest rate. There is none.
And we figured we wanted to like refinance or something, which I figured it was a thing like a few months later. But my credit score at that point was like really bad, and we had to get a cosigner.
Oh God.
For it.
Yeah. No.
Never mind. Let's get
at this point. Then we have is this a different Bank of America credit card?
Yes.
Oh man.
We have 2 Bank of Americas.
Yes.
Why?
Credit cards. One of them I got when I started working as a student during my master's, and that was whatever, like I would pay it off every month. But then when I left to Colombia, I figured that it was gonna be hard to get a job the first few months, like visa expenses or whatever. So I got a travel card, which is no longer a travel card, changed the type of credit card that it is now. But those 2 were basically the ones receiving all the punches.
Why are we making purchases on here? You put $250 towards it. Good. That's more than minimum monthly payment. Why are we making $40 of purchases? And by the way, there was a little bit of interest, so it's not fully interest free.
Yeah. So there should be like, it says interest ref, which is refund. Basically, I had put this card literally in a box in my closet, and apparently, and that was in August, but in October, they started like with a Walmart subscription or something like that. So I had to call the bank.
Walmart subscription. And what is this Prime? $25.
Where?
Amazon Prime right there.
In that card?
Yeah. 25.
That's why he picked him. Debt slaves have no idea what's going on with their finances. That's why. What card? What's coming where? When you're on the positive side of the economy, that doesn't happen. There are no shocking things coming out of your account that you don't know about. That doesn't happen. That's not, if it is, that's fraud. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be somebody scamming you if something's coming out of your account that you don't know.
$5.
That shouldn't be there.
Well, it's there.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
See, you see what I'm saying? Now think about it. Okay. I want you guys to think about it. He told him that something was coming out of his account. He acts kind of shocked, but he's not really shocked, because put it this way, which I'll never be sitting there, but I'm saying, if I was sitting there and he said, "Hey, there's a Prime that came out of the account," I said, "Let me see it. I got to see that because I don't know what that is." But he was like, "Oh, okay, oh well, okay." That's what debt slaves do.
I didn't realize. I hadn't touched those cards in a while, so I didn't know that was there. Thank you.
What are you saying? Thank you.
Best Buy credit card. What are we doing? $489 of purchases on a Best Buy credit card when we're trying to get out of debt. Yes. Guess what? You have paid off this card. Congratulations. That's good. But why are we making new purchases on this when we're trying to get out of stupid debt? Let's see where it went. Wawa, is that gas?
Yes.
Okay, good with that. Best Buy, $320.
Refunded.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. So I thought I was gonna do like some other stuff, and then I regretted it. And
so you're just using this for gas?
Yes, 3% cash back on gas. So I figured if I have it.
See what the bank does? The bank makes debt slaves believe that they get cash back for borrowing money. You can't get cash back for borrowing money. You can't, especially if you're making payments. All right. Those are all, that's all bait on a hook. Like, the bank uses houses to purchase debt slaves, right? Debt slaves don't know you can't buy a house with a mortgage, so they use the house to buy the debt slave. Mortgages buy people, not houses. Same thing with cars. This is why people use credit cards for gasoline, because they didn't have the money to buy the car. If you're making payments, now you got to be honest with yourself. If you're listening to this video, I want you to just be honest with yourself. If you're making payments on your car, you don't have enough money to buy the gas, so you are financing the gas too. You financed the car because you didn't have the money to buy it. And if you didn't have the money to buy the car, you don't have the money to buy the gas. So not only are you financing the car, you're financing the gasoline. Okay? Everything.
Again, getting it in the first place was stupid.
I don't know. I think you should more use like Fizz, the card that I recommend, which is a debit card, helps build credit score. But I don't.
Oh, I saw what Caleb did. He threw in some promotion. Did you guys catch that? Caleb threw in some promotion, offering credit cards. Did you see that? That's how you know somebody's good. What are you doing offering a debt slave a credit card? What you doing, Caleb? Oh, promotion, jizz, or whatever. I hope I said that right.
I don't know. I think you should more use like Fizz.
Look how
the card that I recommend, which is a debit card, helps build credit score.
Hold on. Let's go back.
So you're just using this for gas.
Yes, 3% cash back on gas. So I figured if I have it, again, getting it in the first place was stupid.
I don't know. I think you should more use like Fizz, the card that I recommend, which is a debit card, helps build credit score. But I don't know. You're in.
Smooth, Caleb. Smooth. He's like Credit Karma. Hey, come over here and get your credit for free, and then they offer you credit cards on the page. That's the same thing. That's just, hey, listen, it's business, okay? Nothing's wrong with it. Smooth, Caleb. Smooth.
Debt, but you are starting to pay. I don't know. It's a risky situation you have in a credit card.
Yeah, that's why I came here. I really wanted to see like how to handle it, because everything seems tricky. Like I don't know what I should be moving where, or it's weird.
No,
American Gold card.
American Express.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like my catch-all.
You paid off last month's balance, but then we did $900 of purchases.
Yeah. I mean, I keep paying every month like the balance statement.
Okay.
No interest so far, which is great. In a year and a half that I have it.
Paying for parking, Cafe Milano,
holy shit,
Chipotle,
A lot of
Uber,
damn,
Squid Libs,
what?
Burger King,
Holy
Five
Lord.
Guys, Apple Pay for some brew thing.
Oh,
we are getting some gas here, but a cigar shop?
what?
A cigar shop again? Hilton?
Oh, the Hilton. So I got paid that. I got that paid back. I helped my in-laws move from Florida to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
The Palacery. And yes, I do see that Hilton. Hyatt Place, that better have been paid back as well.
Yeah.
United Airlines, that better have been paid back as well.
You don't even know.
Apple Pay for some waffles. United Airlines. Insurance. Okay. That's Flora Taco. Probably don't need that. Notorious Poke.
All right.
Little Madrid.
Torture them. Let's go.
Some restaurants
Let's go.
here, but then cigar. No, absolutely not. Play.
Miami, which was extremely expensive, and we moved to Palm Bay. And the only thing that we can actually do there to not go crazy is eat.
Basically. No, congratulations. No, f you. No, absolutely not. Yeah, eat, cook, and then eat. Take it to a park, then eat. You're trying to get out of debt. We are not doing Uber Eats. We're not doing Chick-fil-A.
Caleb knows this guy's not going to stop doing what he's doing. All right. They never stop. Debt slaves never stop. They don't know what he's like. Hey, it's confusing. A calculator's not confusing. All you got to do is open up the calculator. That's it.
We're not doing La Crêpe de France. We're just not. It doesn't make sense. More United Airlines. What is this? This is Amanda's card? Looks like? Or is this Amanda's portion of the card? Either way, more Apple bills, more restaurants, Thunderbird something.
Yeah, the Apple Pay, the
pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything combined. Yeah.
Oh, we paid off this card because, again, it's not the one we're holding balances on. The two we're holding balances on. But we did make $88 of purchases. And, just the last card was purchases. Here's Amazon. I doubt you needed them.
Yeah.
You just buy crap you don't need on
Correct.
there,
That's
and we're
what-
trying
that's
to
what debt
again
slaves do.
get out of debt. I highly doubt this was all necessary. Was this an American Express transaction? Did we already go through that?
Which one?
American Express, is this another?
I think
No,
that's
we
the one
didn't.
with the crab the fronts, the
The what?
eating out.
The what?
Okay.
I think
No,
that's
we
the one
didn't.
with the crab the fronts, the eating out.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Bank of America credit card now. $29 of purchases. Spotify, Netflix, renters insurance. That's fair. SunPass.
do you see that? Can you, I couldn't even imagine. This is what debt slaves don't know. The banks already know there is no way. You know how many due dates that is? That's a lot of due dates. You think a debt slave on top of having a job, working 40 plus hours a week, are going to keep up with all the due dates? They're not. They're not doing any of that. They're paying all kind of late fees. Oh, I paid off the credit card, but then he puts money right back on it.
I don't know what that is.
That's a tolls thingy for the car.
Spotify, Netflix. You don't need to be doing those now, my dude. Oh, and then for your... Oh, no, there's just the American Express we haven't looked at.
Okay.
Too, because I haven't looked at...
Look at him. He's looking confused. Like, huh? What? What do you mean? What's there?
this one.
It's one. Oh, so there's a PDF and like a CSV, like a 2 files, but it's the same account, the same card.
What the Amex Gold is the exact same
Yeah.
as this you sent. There's 2 PDFs. Okay. Yep. Okay. Whatever. Yep. It is the same. Okay.
Probably duplicated. My bad.
No, it's okay.
Look at him. He looks like a little kid. He's 30 years old. Look at him. See the look in his eyes? Listen, I want you guys to understand something, okay? When you understand capitalism, the psychological, positive and negative. So you see his face? He has no idea his whole financial life is in the negative. He has no clue. If you look at him, he's like, oh, he looks like a smart guy. And oh, he said he's going to make 135 because the salary, see, even Caleb knows how to pick people with high salaries. So you could be more amazed that somebody, because a lot of people, what I learned, only like 5% of people in America make $100,000 a year, right? And here he brings on a guy that claims he's going to be making $135,000, but that's to impress you guys because you guys have never made 6 figures. So you automatically believe that's a lot of money when it's not, especially if it's gross, okay? So when you guys see it, you're like, oh my God, if he just did this, he can save and get out of debt. Well, you guys got to understand, it doesn't matter how much money a debt slave makes. They just get more and more payments. And when you're in debt, you cannot reduce, you can't save money on taxes. You can't avoid taxes. You can't do nothing. You can't save for retirement. You start believing retirement's an age. That's part of the program. And just like Andre said, it must be that way. You just don't have to be there. I'm just saying that those are the people on the negative side. I help people come to the positive side of the economy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Some card, K Jewelers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was probably.
That's probably what?
The stupidest card that I could have gotten.
You
But you didn't even fully pay off the balance.
I did. So they have 12 months financing for free, like 0 interest.
Oh yeah. See, look at all these. Hey, listen, debt slaves. I want you guys to hear me, okay? If you walk into a jewelry shop and it says 12 months free financing and you sign up, only a debt slave would finance a ring. Okay? That's a hook. That's bait to get you on the hook. If it's 12 months same as cash, why don't you just pay cash today? Listen, so when you read the signs, I want you to read them, okay? 12 months same as cash. All you got to do is stop and say to yourself, if it's 12 months same as cash, I might as well pay cash today. That's how you got to say it. But if you catch yourself and say, hey, wait a minute, I don't have the cash today. Guess what you're not going to have in 12 months? The cash. Okay?
What'd you do? What'd you buy? Let me guess. A ring?
So 2 years ago, the engagement ring. A year ago, the wedding bands. Yeah.
Upstart looks like you're done.
Sorry, what?
Are you done with Upstart?
No.
Personal loan?
No.
Upstart.
Oh,
So
that's your payment.
Oh,
yeah.
ain't that a buy now, pay later? Oh my God. Oh my God. It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, that's a 3-year loan. When I had more credit card debt,
What?
I figured the credit cards had much higher interest.
Okay, hold
and
on.
I
Just a second. I got to see what Upstart is. I don't know what that is. Let me see what that is. Upstart. Sorry, you guys. I'm just looking it up real quick. I just want to stay on task here. Upstart. Personal loans. Oh, okay. Got it. All right.
figured I'll just get the loan, pay them off, and try to pay the least amount of interest.
$750 minimum monthly payment. $780.55.
Yeah.
Dude. Naughty. What is the interest on this crap?
So it technically says 7 point something percent,
Yeah,
but they take a commission. So really it's like 11%.
Death.
Like
Hold up. I didn't hear what you said. What?
Dude. Naughty. What is the interest on this crap?
So it technically says 7 point something percent, but they take a commission. So really it's like 11%.
Death. Outstanding principal, $15,000 is still left.
Yeah.
Death.
Only listen. If you go to a company like Upstart, they already know you're a debt slave. That's why you're coming to them. If you use buy now, pay later services, only debt slaves use buy now, pay later services. So if you're coming to them, they already know why you're coming to them. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to financially abuse you. Now, when I say financially abuse, I'm just saying personally. But you come to the positive side, that's called business. There's nothing wrong with them financially abusing you. That's your problem.
Death.
2 years more.
Yeah, you just started the second year.
Yeah.
So this is insane. Just on the Amex itself, you spent $900 on both. On food specifically, going out to eat, plus another $150 on cigar shops, $125 on Hooters.
Hooters?
Yes.
What? Let's go back.
$125 on Hooters.
Are you serious?
Stupid spending.
Why are we doing stupid spending if we're trying to get out of this crap? You make good money, but you are making progress, but you're not. Why are we doing?
Just look at this.
Yes.
I bet you. I guarantee his wife didn't know he was going to Hooters spending money.
Stupid spending.
Stupid spending. Now when he get home, he got to explain that to his wife. I didn't know you were spending that much money at Hooters.
Why are we doing stupid spending if we're trying to get out of this crap? You make good money, but you are making progress, but you're not making progress the way you should.
Yeah.
As fast as you should. Because you don't have an emergency fund. Nope. Trying to cash flow school. And we're not getting out of this debt. We're just losing all this interest crap.
So I started grabbing freelance gigs. So I'm about to finish one, and that's an extra $2,000 that I'm gonna get.
Very good. How frequently will you be doing those with those kind of values?
So the first one will always be the biggest one. So now this one was $2,000. Probably I'll get maybe 1,200 more per month that I'll be able to make. The problem is that it really burned me out.
Let me tell you something. His wife is not going to allow him to reduce his lifestyle to get out of debt. She's not having that. He has got her accustomed to living a certain way. You can tell by his bills. So he can't turn to his woman and say, hey, we're not going to be doing all that stuff we used to do. She's going to say, why? Because we need to get Caleb said we need to get out of debt. She's going to be like, you mean we can't do the things no, I don't like that. Well, we have to do it. And then that's going to cause a problem in the relationship. I promise you that.
I don't get it. Are you setting money aside for taxes?
For that?
Let me tell you something, okay? That's another question that Caleb knows, right? If you're spending money like that, you're not putting away money for taxes. You're not. If you were listen, if you guys deliver food, you do freelance gigs like him, you guys are not saving money on taxes. You're not. I promise you're not.
I haven't yet received the first payment, so I haven't yet, but that's a good point.
Aside for taxes, since you're making
$135,000
a year. Now, of course, I get if you're burning out, but you don't get the burnout until your debt burns out because you're a big boy.
I got severely.
You'll suffer, and that's okay.
I got really burned out.
What do you mean?
I couldn't get out of bed, so I had to get.
I agree. You know what, Andre? I agree. Caleb's brutal, man, but I like it. I like his style. Right, I do like what he does. The way he does it. I mean, he's about as hard as me, but in a different way. But I like it.
Seeking mental health?
Not at the moment. I have in the past.
You should. You should.
Yeah.
And if you actually get to the point where you can't operate, of course, that's something different. Most people, when they say burn out, they're just bull.
No,
But-
I was doing my full-time job. I was training an hour and a half per day. I was doing the freelance gig. I was doing like my business stuff, which is a YouTube channel stuff that really.
How many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
About 300 now. It's
Are you
been-
making money? No.
Well, I got this freelance gig through a company that I reviewed in the YouTube channel.
Really?
So I mean, it's
That's cool.
related.
It's linked in
related.
the description below.
Oh, thank you. It's in Spanish though.
If you speak Spanish, or like the sound of Spanish, it's there.
So I mean, I can definitely get more of this work freelance gig. Now with the new job, obviously I'll need to balance it out because I don't know what to expect from the new job, like working hours, stuff like that, like amount of.
You know how many? I know this is a little off, but you know how many women are watching this? Women. You could tell it doesn't seem like he has high self-esteem, right? It just really and that kind of stuff bothers me, really. It really, when I see guys like in that position, because he's not an ugly dude. If he could just figure he's a debt slave. He could once you're no longer a debt slave, your confidence goes 20 times through the roof, right? And he's gonna probably, if he put it this way, if this young man right here ever came to see me, I would change his life forever. And then when he got out of debt and came on this side of the economy and he came back to watch this video, he would be thoroughly embarrassed.
Of load. But I'm definitely open to continue grinding out the freelance gigs.
So your post-tax contribution and everything like that in your new job is probably going to be like, right now it's 4,545.
The what, sorry?
It's right now it's 5,545.
What is that number? Sorry.
That is what's hitting your account for your pay.
60-60.
Huh?
Right now I'm getting per month 60-60.
What's that?
Post taxes and
Yeah.
contribution?
Yeah. Per month, yeah.
Okay, interesting. I must have received
He's
a
sweating
wrong
bullets. Look at him.
number.
It
So it's
does.
going to be what, like 7,100, 7,200
After
with your new job?
with a new job, probably around that. Yeah, makes sense.
Call it 7,100.
Take
Just
home.
be extra safe. Let's build you a budget because it's time to clean this shit up, dude.
Yeah.
And we're not going out to brunch anymore. You just find new things.
What are you gonna do
Pack
for
a
him, Caleb? I'm
picnic.
curious. I ain't
Yeah.
watching y'all.
Weather in Florida is
What are you
relatively
gonna
nice compared to the United States. Rest of the United States.
What, sorry?
The weather in Florida is relatively nice compared to the rest of the United States.
Yes.
Pack something, go to a park, go to the beach, and eat that. What is your rent? Or what?
That's your advice?
Well, she doesn't make money. So yeah, what's the rent?
Yeah.
His wife don't work?
Well, she doesn't make money. So yeah, what's the rent?
Yeah.
boy.
Including everything except electricity
Okay.
is 2,050.
Yeah.
Mm.
Two bedroom,
And electricity,
100 a month.
internet, was that included?
It's
in
already
that?
included. Yeah.
Renters insurance.
$14.
I'll include that within rent.
Yeah.
Debts.
Yeah.
Minimum monthly debt payments, dude. Death is $1,236.78. Just minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it have the K jeweler? Because it's like 90.
You said you paid that off.
Not yet. It's 12 months, so it's still not over. It's 91 a month.
Why are you shocked,
Yeah,
Caleb?
it's not 1,000.
You just said it, Caleb. We just 12 months. What do you thought that was free? I mean, you must have forgot it. Okay.
$332.78. Woo. Well, you are two people. I'm going to give you $500 a month for groceries.
Yeah, that would be more than enough.
More than enough. In fact, since you said that, I'm giving you $400 a month for groceries.
Yeah.
That's why he's laughing. He ain't,
And toilet paper.
you think he's going to spend $400 a month? Listen, do you think his wife is going to allow him to spend just $400 a month for food? That's not going to happen. Okay.
All the good stuff, hygiene, all that crap, $100, both of you. Anything else? Car insurance.
Car is 200. Car insurance is 200.
And she's on your health insurance?
Yes.
Okay, and that's taken out before you got the
Yeah,
check.
that's already. Yeah.
What are you contributing to your 401k?
So with the current job, 4% because they do 4% match.
That's fine. It's 100% return. Okay.
Okay. I don't know if Caleb knows. I'm not sure if he knows this or not, but when you're in debt, you have no money to contribute to your 401k plan to get a 4% match, right? That's 100% mathematically impossible. You cannot do that. So when jobs offer like a match, that's for people with real money that have actual money. They usually use that because you guys believe it's free money. Anything the word free in it, debt slaves jump all over. But what you guys don't know is that that's just to get you guys to put more money into the job sponsored, retirement plan. Maybe they get a huge tax break for doing it. Who knows? I don't care. It's business. It really doesn't matter. But that's just to make you guys contribute more. It doesn't mean you're getting a match because that's impossible.
Okay,
The new one is weird because they say match up to 3% and then half a percentage for any additional point that I contribute.
Don't do that yet. Just take the 100% match.
So they're just a 3%.
Well, I mean the other ones.
Because I do like 5%, they'll basically match 4%.
Now, again, I don't know if Caleb is saying that for the show, or he really means do that. Oh, it's free money, get 100% match. That's impossible. Okay, so I can't really tell if he's doing that for the show or he really believes that. Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I would do the full 5 actually, because even a 50% return on the last 2%, still good. Still better than your worst interest. So I would take the full thing. Then we're getting like $7,100 a month. Okay, minimum monthly payments. We talked about rent, electricity, debt, groceries, toilet paper, car insurance.
The problem.
That dude's face right there, he looks like if I go home and tell my wife this, she's going to leave me. She's going to leave me. And what he doesn't know is that if she leaves him because of the money, she did him a favor. You see what I'm saying? They do, LJ. The match is FICA for the sewer tax. Free for FICA. See, I don't even know what that is. But I know it's they are the tax.
On with the
Anything
minimum.
else? What's your phone and her phone?
110.
Oh
just because she got a. No, actually, no, that's wrong. That's 40. That's $90. Sorry, on the phones.
2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Ask him
So
with
the minimum monthly payments, like if I just do that in November, then I'll still have a bunch of balance left when the promotional period ends. So I'm just hoping to keep putting on. Like so far,
Caleb knows this guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's just rambling. He's trying to sound smart. He's trying to look smart. Hey, did you get the PDF and the CSV file? Now, if you don't know computers and you hear terms like that, you think, whoa, they must be smart. No, they're just those are called file extensions. Okay, it's not a big deal. Don't think it's fancy. All right, just don't fall for that's a look. Okay, you guys don't fall for that.
I've been putting 250.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just going through your budget. What else do you have that you're required to pay for on a monthly basis?
Car,
gas. What about gas? You're spending a lot of money on gas there.
So that just stopped because my wife is no longer working and she had to drive like an hour twice. An hour.
What do you think gas is going to be on a monthly basis?
Well, she got
to drive like an hour
on gas there.
So that just stopped because my wife is no longer working and she had to drive like an hour twice. An hour.
What do you think gas is going to be on a monthly basis? What will you budget for?
Tops 120.
Okay. Anything else that you're required to pay for on a monthly basis?
Now remember, if you're making car payments, guess not only are you financing the car, you're financing the gas. So the price you see, so I want you guys to understand something, okay? When you pull up to the gas station with a financed car and you look up at the sign and say, whoa, the gas is $4.50 a gallon. That's for people who are about to pay cash for the gas. Yours is $4.50 a gallon plus your interest rate. Okay, that's the price of gas for you. Like if I pull up to a gas station, it's $4.50 a gallon for me. But when you pull up with your finance car, because you didn't have the money to if you didn't have the money to buy the car, you didn't have the money to buy the gas. So it's $4.50 plus your credit card interest rate. Okay, remember that.
So with the PayPal card, that one's gonna be at least $90.
But that's paid off.
Right, but I have the subscriptions there that I use for the freelance gig in the YouTube channel. So without a specific tool, it's going to be $90 a month.
Okay, so subscription's $90 a month. Okay.
But there's one tool that I use depending on the freelance gig that is $99 additional. So probably around $200 a month. If
Subscriptions, $200.
Yeah.
Cool. So in order for you to survive,
Again, the banks know there is no way, listen, there is no way he's going to be able to keep up with the due dates of all those payments. They know that. There's finance charges coming everywhere, late payments, this and that, everywhere.
$4,557 a month is what's necessary. Also known as your needs category, also known as for your new job, still 64% of your post-tax. So your needs category is absolutely ballooned. Get rid of those minimum debt payments, and it's in a much healthier place. But even with your current job, what are you bringing in? What hits your account on a monthly basis?
What, sorry?
What hits your account on a monthly basis right now?
The current job?
Yeah.
60-60.
Oh, 60-60?
Yeah.
So 75. So I don't think your new income... No, it's fine, yeah. No, okay. Well, right now, your needs category is 75%, but then it's going to be like, 62 or whatever that was percent. Still disgusting. Very bad. But if you strictly follow this budget and you actually use it, do you strictly follow a budget?
I have a payment.
So hold up. Does Caleb, okay, I want you guys to be clear on something. Caleb's acting like he's giving this guy a budget. No, it's not. That's not, no. Okay. Caleb is writing down stuff for the show and just say, here, man, I'm going to write you a budget. Here. And he's going to give him this piece of paper, knowing full well he's not going to do anything on it. Okay, that's just part of the show. Good job, Caleb.
Calendar, not a budget.
So you don't budget.
No.
It's time to budget. We're budgeting just like this. I laid out and what we're putting on screen.
Yeah, I tried using some apps. The problem is that they don't connect with a few of my accounts, so I still would need to
use an Excel spreadsheet. That's fine. Or just use cash. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Whatever is best for you to budget. Either way, if you strictly follow that, you have $2,543 left. No more putting a bull $250 towards this stuff on a monthly basis. No.
What?
We are putting the full 2,543 plus any bonus money, but we're not even going to think about that right now. We're just going to actually just use this number. Where does this go first? That goes to paying off the Bank of America, the smaller balance of the 3,310. So actually, first, what I would do, first month, 2,543, I'm putting aside. So put that aside just in case anything bad happens.
Okay.
If this dude came to me, the first thing I'm going to say to him, cancel all your credit cards, every single one of them. Okay, that's the quickest way we're going to stop all these, that pay coming out, all of that stops immediately. Cancel all your credit cards. He's not going to do that. There's no way a debt slave is going to cancel credit cards because you got to remember, they cannot survive without credit cards. What? Why? Because they have no money. So they wouldn't do it. But that's what I would say, cancel all your credit cards. That way we don't have to go to different places and cancel subscriptions here. Just cancel your credit card, the subscription's canceled, period. And he's looking for apps and shit. It's like, wow.
Yeah. It's just good to have so we can take care of some of this stuff. You can do that for 2 months if you want, because your actual minimum monthly payments in order to survive are $4,557. Sure. So actually for 2 months, I'd say we put that until we have $5,000 in there. So for 2 months, we save up. Everything else we're doing minimum monthly payments. Then month number 3, we're putting that full 2,543 towards the Bank of America smaller balance of 3,310. Then the first half.
Listen, I know capitalism is psychological, positive and negative. I have no idea what the fuck Caleb's talking about. I have no idea. Do what? And 500 here and put that there. And this. You think a debt slave hears any of that? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Half of month number 4, we're fully paying that one off and putting the rest towards the Bank of America. That's $4,103. Then month number 5, we're paying off the majority of that larger Bank of America. And then whatever we have left, we're paying off in month number 6. Then what's remaining, we are putting towards the Upstart loan.
Yeah.
The Upstart loan, now your minimum monthly payments are a little lower, really nothing crazy. But let's just say you have $2,600 left.
Now look at his face. Look at his face right now. All you guys, look at his face. Do you think he's understanding what Caleb, does that look like a man that's understanding what Caleb's saying right now? No, absolutely not. Nope.
Of the Upstart loan, which will be about $15,000 at that time, maybe a little less. We'll call it $14,000 at that time. Divide that by.
He's like, my wife's gonna leave me, Caleb. I can't. This is what his face is saying. If I do anything you're talking about, Caleb, my wife is leaving me. She's leaving me.
The $2,600 you have left on a monthly basis. It'll take 5.5 months to pay off. So now we're what?
1 year.
10, yeah, basically a year in. We'll just call it a year. Some wiggle room. Basically a year in, and the 2 credit cards are paid off before interest starts accruing, and the Upstart death loan with the terrible fees and all that extra crap and terrible interest is gone.
Wow.
Now you have a reliable car. You have a good car. It's up that 7%. If it was closer to like 5%, I would think about it. But since it's 7%, we're paying it off as quick as we can. Now that Upstart $780 minimum monthly payment is gone, I see no reason why the car isn't paid off in 4 months.
Look at his face. Does that look like a man that's going to do anything Caleb just said? He don't even understand what Caleb's saying. Caleb's talking so fast. Do this percent, that percent, pay that off 5 months, 1 year, do this, that. Then you think he's going to go home and tell his wife that, hey, Caleb told me to do this, do that, pay this, put that down on this, pay that card up. No, she's going to be like, what? What's that got to do with our eating out? We go out to eat every night. What about our car? You mean you want me to you want me to ride with you in an old car? No. No. What about vacations, honey? Everybody else goes on vacations. What about us? Oh, Caleb said we can't do that anymore. What? Who's Caleb? I don't care what he says. Blah, blah, blah.
4 months?
Yeah. Because you just freed up a lot of money from having the minimum monthly payment is gone. I see no reason why the car isn't paid off in 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah. Because you just freed up a lot of money from having that Upstart minimum monthly payment gone.
Hey, did you see his response? Let's listen again.
Car isn't paid off in 4 months.
4 months?
It's like, Caleb, what the fuck are you talking about 4 months? There is no way I could pay off that car in 4 months. No, my wife would leave me for sure.
Yeah. Because you just freed up a lot of money from having that Upstart minimum monthly payment gone. 4.5, let's call it. Just go crazy.
Yeah.
You're not spending money on both monthly payment
He's
gone.
about to cry.
4.5, let's call it.
Look at his face. Look, I want you guys to, if you watch this video later, so you can focus it up on your thing. He is about to cry. Look at him. My wife's going to leave me. She's out of here. She is no way she's going to do that. That's why I always tell you, once you come to the positive side of the economy, say like you're with somebody, okay? You're dating, okay? Married, it really doesn't matter. And one of you guys wake up and realize you're on the negative side of the economy, and then you come to the positive side, but your partner refuses to accept that, guess what's going to happen? Your relationship's over. Completely over.
Just go crazy.
Yeah.
You're not spending money on both.
Yeah.
And then you're saving up to do probably about $15,000 to $20,000 in an emergency fund. So we'll call that another 6 months. So we're almost
18 months.
Yeah, we'll call it 2 years.
Yeah.
This is a 2 year without you going out to eat once, without you doing any fun.
Oh God. Now imagine him going home to his wife saying, guess what, baby? Caleb said, we're not going out to eat for 2 years. She would say, I'm leaving you. Goodbye. Oh my God, I got to hear that again.
Fun that doesn't.
Oh, jeez.
So we're almost
18 months.
Yeah, we'll call it 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
This is a 2 year without you going out to eat once, without you doing any fun that costs money. Do free fun. Again, picnicking, going on walks, all this stuff. You do a lot. Any second that isn't working and having those moments in the relationship should be working.
Yeah.
And she's focusing on school. She's condensing 2 years in 3 months. That's fantastic. So she's just going to do that.
I don't know what world Caleb lives in. Maybe this is for the show, but it's not going to work. Okay. That's not going to work. You go from eating out anytime you want, where you want, and then you saying we can't eat out for 2 years. Nah, she's out of here.
But you got to work for the future of the household.
Yeah.
Because then and only then, after that fully funded emergency fund and paying off all the debt within 2 years, are we starting to contribute minimum 20% of post-tax into retirement, minimum. And then she should be doing the same as the household.
Hey, Okay. If you guys are watching this show or you watch it later and you're in the same position as him, okay, you're in the same position as him, you're not paying taxes. If your job, listen, if your job doesn't automatically take your taxes out for you, guess what you're not doing? You're not paying taxes. So you're in debt and you're behind on taxes. She's leaving him. She's out of here.
And then you guys will be on the right path. You might want to play catch up for a little bit because you
Yeah.
are falling behind. So maybe 25% for a bit, drop it down to 20%. And then start talking about getting primary residence. But either way, there's no point of even thinking about that now, because for the next 2 years, you were just grinding. Work those extra jobs. What did we not take into account? You bring in the extra money. You do.
Oh, look at his face. He knows he's about to be single. He knows he's about to be single. That's it. There is no way his wife, look at his face. Look at his face. You think he's like, I got to go home and tell my woman this.
Do that, bring it down to a year and a half until this is
working.
fully done. But right now, no matter the absolute pain in the ass it was for you to have to deal with, you know, the wife fleeing and all that stuff, regardless of whatever sympathy anyone might feel, which is all justified, it is there, it has happened, and the money has been built up, and now it's time that we have to take care of it so you can have a great future. But what matters most right now, what's most important? The remaining decades of both of your lives?
Yeah.
Or going out to eat?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think, you know, we had a lot of lifestyle creep once I started working, because our first 2 years here were rough, man. Like we, you know,
All right, don't want to hear
hurting
that.
second month.
Debt slaves
because-
always do that. They always try to throw in a story to make it, to justify the debt. It just doesn't make any sense. But
it got pretty bad, and I did get help at the time of mine. But yeah,
We can
now,
find different paths, though.
Yes.
That's what I want to show.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be going to a specific restaurant.
Yeah.
We can, you know, we can pack lunch, take it to a park,
Yeah.
you know, just go to the beach, all this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of nice natural things you can take advantage of in Florida.
When we left the jet stuff, one customer pretty bad. So
Have you guys made?
the
Oh, where are
town-
you going?
Orlando. Sorry.
And is there's
Well, sorry, we're moving out. Like we can't stand the
oh, where
town.
are you going?
Orlando.
Will you have friends there? Family? and
Yes,
stuff like that?
family and
Never mind.
friends.
Good.
So the rent is actually pretty much the same. She'll
Okay.
have more opportunities with the new dental hygienist.
Then
role.
never mind. I was gonna suggest joining some local groups and stuff like that, but never mind. We're in a good,
Yeah.
good, because that's important. Having a good support group, especially if you go through a struggle situation, that will be the next year and a half, 2 years, depending on
Yeah.
what you do with income. But one thing that everyone should do, no matter what, but especially you in the situation, budget in mental health.
Yeah.
Take care of it. It's most important. Everyone should do it, no matter the situation. But with where you are, with where your history is, take care of it on a weekly basis.
you know what? I do agree. I do agree with that. What Caleb says. I think it's important because people think if you go into mental health, you're crazy and all that other stuff. I truly agree that that's important for sure, especially if you're deep in debt, because debt causes stress, right? And when you believe debt is part of life, that's a problem. But when you get out of debt, you will automatically know that debt is not part of life, and which is a huge, like 75% of your stress is gone when you have no debt. 75%.
Basis.
Yeah.
And it might be helpful,
If not more.
you know, once a month doing a couple session as well.
Yeah.
Because this is good for couple health.
Sure. I
So
agree.
it's going to be what feels like a long road while you're in it. But the good part that no one ever, you know, we don't talk about enough is after those couple years, dude, you're going to be living a great life. She's going to be bringing in great income. By the way, if she's bringing in great income during those 2 years, that'll also help, you know,
Yeah.
after the whole schooling thing. That you could get this down to a year, depending. I mean, it's fantastic. The opportunity you have is so
Yeah.
great. But, you know, if you follow the 50, 30, 20, and to playing catch up for a bit, 50% on needs, you can have a nice place with the dual income. 30%, go to those restaurants every day. Like, I don't care. That's awesome. If it fits in the budget,
Yeah.
do it. I encourage it if it fits in the budget, and that's what you guys do is bonding. I'm all about it. Take your friends now, and then you get to reap those rewards. Don't put it off. Best decade.
Yeah. With our current immigration situation, it was also very safe, literally. Well, not kicked.
I don't, you know, the immigration system you guys can have a great life. And it is so worth it. So worth it on the other side of that terrible hill to climb.
Agreed, right? I agree with, well, what Caleb is not saying, the terrible side of the negative side of the economy. It's so much better on the positive side. That's what he's saying without saying it. I don't know. Again, I don't know if Caleb knows that capitalism is psychological positive and negative, but what he's saying is it's horrible on the negative side of the economy.
I promise it's worth it. Do you have any final thoughts?
Thank you, because I think I was like at least going in the right direction. Like I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but there's just so much. Sometimes it's just hard to organize everything.
You don't see no light. No, you don't.
So I think just looking at it, like literally in paper, what you're building, I really appreciate it. And I know my wife appreciates it as well.
All right. For Juan, he's clearly come from a lot of just struggle trying to get cemented anywhere. And
all right. I don't want to hear that. Okay. So what you guys think, man? That was awesome, man. Should I go look for another one? I kind of was entertained with that. I didn't realize I was going to enjoy it like that. Let me see. 23-year-old with more debt. Damn, these are all pretty long. Let's see, popular. Let's see his popular ones. Videos, popular. Damn, that one's got 1 point. Okay, hold up. 23-year-old with more debt than anyone. That one's 39 minutes. That one's an hour. I don't really want to do the hour one. I got to come back to that one. Let's see something here. I'm curious now. 1 second here. All right, let's do one more quick one. I want to do one more quick one. Let's see. Share screen. Let's do one more quick one because I thoroughly enjoyed that. I ain't gonna lie, I did. Let's see. Oops. Go back. I got that. Oh. Huh. Let's go. Oh, that's when I failed it. Okay. 1 second here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hello.
Hi, I'm Alex. I am 23 years old, and I am from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
what do you do for a living?
I'm currently a grad student at UT Austin.
Grad student. Does that grad student come with pay?
It does, yes.
Good. How old did you say you were again? What was your age?
23.
23.
How much do you make with that position?
About $2,100 a month.
Before taxes or after taxes?
Right now, I believe that is before taxes, but I get about $10 taken out every month, just in case.
What?
$2,100 a month.
Before taxes or after taxes?
Right now, I believe that is before taxes, but I get about $10 taken out every month, just in case.
What?
You see that? That's it right off the bat. You guys gotta remember, Caleb picks these guys beforehand. He picks the worst. So here's a guy talking, he said before or after taxes, and he doesn't understand. I get $10 taken out. What's that mean?
I get like an extra $10 taken out for taxes for the end.
Okay, so $120
Yeah.
a year?
Yeah.
That wouldn't really cover any taxes.
Well,
Much of any.
it's an advice I got from my father once, and I have done it ever since.
You see that? You see that? Caleb knows how to pick the right debt slaves. He has no idea what he's saying. And on top of that, he said he learned it from his father. You see what I'm saying? That's bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old's your dad?
65.
Did you see that?
Ever since.
That's why Caleb asked, how's your dad?
Oh,
Much of any?
it's an advice I got from my father once, and I have done it ever since.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old's your dad?
64.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
You see how Caleb just embarrassed him and his father by saying that? The debt slave doesn't know what Caleb just did. He just embarrassed him and his dad. Just humiliated him. He's like, ha ha, and he's laughing too.
It's an advice I got from my father once, and I have done it ever since.
Oh,
Yeah.
how old's your dad?
64.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that was $10. Definitely went a different amount when he was in his 20s.
Yeah, damn right it did.
So, okay, 2100.
Mhm.
Grad student at UT, University of Texas at Austin.
That is correct.
So $2,100 for a grad student, I feel like would be okay in most college towns.
Mhm.
Austin's a little expensive.
It is very expensive, and ironically, this is the best offer I got from a grad school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of forced to, right? Or else you wouldn't be able to survive. Is this your only job?
That is correct. Yes.
$2,100 a month, and you think that's before taxes?
Yes.
Okay, so that's so it's like $1,700 to $800,750 a month.
That's slave. So this is what you got to understand. Okay, when you have a regular job, it all counts on you, how you participate in the economy. So if you don't create a business, that means you're participating yourself. So you have to be taxed because that's how you participate in the economy. If you create a business, the business is taxed. Okay? The difference between personal debt and business debt. Personal debt, you pay back. Business debt, your customers pay back. Okay?
After taxes?
Yeah.
And then you set aside extra?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, and we'll say 1,000. We'll just be generous and say $1,800 a month.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, $1,800 a month. What is your rent?
My rent is $950.
Okay, disgusting. So that's half
Half
gone.
of his
Yep.
income gone.
That is correct.
What about utilities and everything?
Utilities add up to about $200 a month. Well, yeah, $200 a month. Yeah.
Shit.
What is your overall financial picture right now?
You see the way, look at the way Kayla looks. What's your overall final? He already knows his financial picture. Okay, he's looking at it on his computer. Okay.
Currently, like what I'm spending it all on.
No, like your just macro financial picture, like your money, your struggles.
Yeah. So currently, also have a car to pay off right now.
Oh shit.
Have the what's it called? The insurance for that.
Ooh, at 22.
And credit cards to pay off, of course, like every other college student.
Well, if you want an extra $1,000, make sure you're a part of the first 50,000 subscribers here because one will win $1,000. A little quicker. School spending time doing that, not working extra hours anywhere else. What are you studying?
I'm a master's candidate for scenic design.
Okay. What are the job prospects after that? What's the return on investment for that degree?
It honestly depends. Usually, I'm planning on doing a minimum hourly rate of like $30 an hour, especially since I have the name of UT behind me.
But $30 an hour for work with a graduate degree is not fantastic.
It's not.
Look at him. This young man has his everything planned out already. I'm going to demand this and that and this and that. Okay. So he's basing on paying back the student loan debt because you better believe he has student loan debt. And he already has this plan that what he's going to do, and he doesn't know anything. And all of his money's gone every month.
You're right, which is funny because that's like on the higher end for theater. Yeah.
So why are you deciding to do this? Because you're putting a lot of money into it, I assume.
Not as much with UT, ironically, because UT is a public school.
Okay.
My undergrad, absolutely, I did. My undergrad was a private school.
Where'd you go for your undergrad?
Pace in New York City.
What was the? Yeah, I've heard of that. Okay. Okay. What was that degree in?
It's a BFA in the same thing, scenic design. Scenic and costume design, technically.
Not against the arts, but one thing I struggle with is, okay, well, you went to good art schools, which does put you at, it indicates that you are likely in a position where you will succeed more than just someone going to just a random.
Hopefully.
One. I mean, okay. So every degree from any institution is essentially worth the same thing. It's shown out in every research. But if you are someone who
work with, like if you graduate, you usually have to have an assistant that is from that program, depending on, success rate and stuff. But like for me, it's like, who can I find in the network you along if they're
sure.
like,
we're good. I'm glad you went to some good programs for even the people that.
Okay, let's get to it. Come on.
Text. So that way, if that ever comes up in my life, I can also do that.
So we'll loop back around to the career towards the end and
Go
stuff like
for it.
that. But let's get the full financial picture. So we have your checking account, but it sounds like you have other things that are not right in front of me, because you mentioned a car loan.
That's in there.
Okay, but I don't have like the statement of your card loan.
That is true. I just have the car payment that's in that statement.
Right. Okay. So we'll probably have to look at a couple different things, but looking at your checking account, for someone that has absolutely no money to survive and you spend over 50% of your income on rent and utilities, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of all X's. And these X's, I mean, there's like 2 on this entire page that is not X's. And every single one of those X's are like getting coffee, getting food, getting essentially. How are you possibly affording this?
College loans, baby.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He's spending the college money on it. Oh, debt slaves. Ooh, woo. Oh, and listen to the way he said it. College loans, baby. All right. All right. I didn't want to, I'm losing my high level thought when I'm watching this. I got to remember my purpose here. Debt slaves are purchased by debt you cannot bankrupt. And student loan debt is one of them. Let me tell you something, okay? If this is you, that's how debt slaves are purchased, by debt you cannot bankrupt. Look at, he's in his 20s. He's a young, prime debt slave, laughing, smiling. College loans, baby. He has no idea he just sold himself. He's bought and paid for. And he's not even a full adult yet. No kids. He hasn't even gotten the world yet. No kids, wife, children, divorce, breakups, whatever's going through life.
But that doesn't make sense. You're getting paid to be there. Now you're taking out debt so you can go get coffee?
Coffee and food mainly. So the income goes toward the car, everything, basically all the bills that come first. So my phone bill goes off of there, rent, car, all that stuff goes off of the income, and the tuition is already paid by UT as well. So
but you're still taking out debt?
Unfortunately.
What are you taking out?
This semester I took about $5,000 or $6,000.
Dude, just for a single semester? How long is this grad school thing?
3 years.
Are you kidding me? So if it's like, oh my goodness, so that's like $30,000 if you do 5 a semester.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that gonna be what it's about?
Unfortunately.
Why? You don't have to do all this stuff. You don't have to do all this stuff. Why take out debt so you can?
Because that's part of the program, Caleb. That's part of the program. Without debt slaves, the economy doesn't exist without you, debt slaves. It doesn't. Caleb's acting now. For you guys to understand, Caleb's being dramatic for his show, okay? He already knew what his finances were. That's for you guys. It's an acting gig, all right? But the guy that's being interviewed, he's not acting. He doesn't know he's a debt slave. He doesn't know that. And he's never going to stop. Clearly, you can clearly see he's not going to stop because he doesn't care. He looked like his school was paid for somehow. He didn't care. He was still pulling out student loan debt. Now, you guys got to really think about it. If his school is already paid for, why are they even allowing him to take out student loan debt? Because so they can own him. Okay? You're right. They must believe. I agree. Andre. We know the program. You guys must believe you're free. You must believe you're free. It's business. When you see a guy like Caleb just bringing it out, it's really hard to watch. It's really it's like drip torture for me, but it's horrible.
Do all this Joe's Coffee and Assos.com and Raising Cane's and UT Receivables and Snarfs, Austin and Spider House and Pluckers and Coca-Cola Austin, Chipotle, Starbucks, McDonald's, Snowy Village, Whataburger, Adobe subscription, Coca-Cola, Texas Espresso, Coca-Cola, P. Terry's, Lime Auto, so it's like little scooters, and 487 Pepsi, and Bird, Apple, Lime Ride, Campus Cafe, Texas DPS. Well, I think you actually.
Do you guys see debt slaves? None of this would exist without you. Without you guys doing this list, you guys all do this. All of you guys do this. He's not alone. If you're even watching this video, if you're a Caleb follower, it's you. He knows it's you. And he has plenty to pick from because you guys all do the same thing. You guys get on here, probably comment. If I read the comments, which I don't, it's just a waste of time. You guys, oh, he's stupid, this and that. And you guys are exactly the same.
You have to do that. McDonald's, Snarf Austin, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, O Campus Cafe, Alamo Draft House, Joe's Coffee, Jerry's, Joanne Stores, Oilkin Harry's, 405 Colorado,
Damn.
Asian Express, P. Terry's, Insomnia Cookies, Bird, Coin Match, Bird, New York Times, Helicon, iPhone subscription, Apple subscription, O Campus Cafe, Coca-Cola, Hobby Lobby, Wendy's, UT Parking, Apple subscription, Amazon Prime, Spotify subscription, Apple subscription, Apple purchase or subscription, Coin Match,
Wow.
Rudders, Ollie's
Damn,
Bargain, Forever 21, something on again with the Sushi Express, H&M.
This is what it should tell you. Okay, listen. You come to the positive side of the economy, you create one of the businesses that are listed on this list, and you become part of that list. You see what debt slaves are spending money on? Absolutely frivolous nonsense. All you got to do is create a business, and your business too can be on that list. Apple, Spotify, this and that, Target. That's when you create a business. That could be you.
Zona, Coquina, crap, some of these I don't know how to pronounce, Options and Ands, RMA toll. So taking the tolls, even though you absolutely have $0 to your name and you're taking out debt in order to justify all this. Apple Cash is sending $35 to something. Infinite Loop 1. Square, Austin, Texas, Toy. McDonald's. Oh my goodness, it's just so much. Lime. Lucky Lab. No, look.
Okay, we got
it. Joe's Coffee. So you could choose not to borrow an additional $15,000 if you cut back in the slightest a bit.
That is true.
Is that something you're even considering in your life?
Yes, actually. Good.
Why? What's bringing you to that conclusion? Because this is obviously a show.
Mm-hmm. Why am I? Can you read the question? I'm sorry.
The question, well, you recognize that, maybe let's not borrow $15,000 the next semester. I was like, okay, so why are you actually considering that?
That's a great question. Just because I don't love the lifestyle I'm living right now, because essentially this last semester was I took on too many projects, and that's why I had no time to cook, no time to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Girl, when you're doing tech from like 6 to 11 and class at 9 a.m.
Meal prep.
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly, ham and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
There's a billion ways around it. You can try to justify all you want.
See how Caleb caught him up on the shit? Debt slaves do that. They justify, well, I have this and there's classes and this, there's no way I can do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But you gotta, on the bigger picture, let's go way above this level, okay? You guys have no money. So of course you have to borrow student loan money because pretty much all your life you've been told you're not going to be nothing without a college degree. So you get to college age, you think you have to be anybody. You have to have a college degree, but you don't stop and say, but who's going to pay for it? Student loan debt, because you guys have no money. So of course you're going to borrow money that cannot be bankrupt. So what that means is this: if you have student loan debt today, unless you pay every single penny back, you're going to be a slave until you're dead. Debt slaves can't own houses. They can't own nothing. They can't own houses, cars, nothing. All they're doing is renting for the rest of their life. Okay.
Okay.
But continue.
Okay. Yeah, I don't love the lifestyle that I lived this semester. I got kind of used to it, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, once you fall into the pattern, it's very hard to escape.
You don't say.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly fall into the fast food pattern sometimes, as you can tell, and it's hard to break. That's a hard circle to break, but you have to. You're borrowing so much.
You know what Caleb's saying? You got to, now let's go to the weight thing. You see how the comment? But you know what? I can afford it. I can afford to be fat. I can afford to overeat. Like, because I have money, I can do that. And then he slaps his belly. That's not any better, Caleb. Okay, that's not any better. All right.
Much money. And let me guess, the private undergrad was not paid for, was it?
It half was.
Half was. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because of the scholarship.
And the other half?
It wasn't paid for.
How much debt is there?
We don't need to talk about that.
We do. We very much do. How much debt is there?
What are you talking about?
That's fantastic. The private undergrad was not paid for, was it?
Oh, boy.
It half was.
Half was. That's fantastic.
How much
Yeah,
is
because of the
that?
scholarship.
And the other half?
It wasn't paid for.
How much debt is there?
We don't need to talk about that.
We do. We very much do. How much debt is there?
30,000.
Okay, that's not insane. That's not insane.
Yes, it
That
is.
sucks. So that's not insane.
They grouped room and board together when they were giving us loans and everything. So that was very nice. Basically, we got like a lump sum in the very beginning of each semester. And that was for room and board. And ironically, when I was in New York City, it actually paid for it, which I was very surprised about.
Yeah, I was going to say, for a private institution in New York City, $30,000 of debt walking away from that 4 years. Not fun, but that's not even close to what I was guessing. I thought you would be closer. I know someone that went to grad school for arts, more in the film stuff in New York City, 2 years, graduated with $100,000 in private debt. Insane.
That's not what my loan servicer says, so I'm glad.
Yeah, I can't even come close to justifying this. And this, I don't know if we can, but I mean, it's still, I'm glad half was paid for, and I'm glad you're only at $30,000. Of course, you'll make it be, hopefully, we're hoping for $30 an hour. Insane.
Yeah.
60% of their income, if not more.
Either have that or mint or both.
674, but it's gone up since at some point. 674, actually, okay. Not great, not terrible. You're kind of in the middle of the road with.
Credit scores are reward points for staying in debt. Okay. Credit score means nothing. Though credit score is an indicator if you pay your bill, if you pay back the people you owe on time or not. It doesn't mean anything.
That one.
That is correct.
But as a good starting point, if you start caring about your financial future. Payment history, 98%. What? That's terrible. A late payment, you missed a Discover or something. What's through the Discover? Is it a credit card? Is that your car? We'll see. Credit card use 77% of those credit cards? Oh, and we're at 77% utilization? So not only are we borrowing money from student loans to survive, we're borrowing from credit cards to survive too. Total account 17. Oh, there are probably a bunch of different student loans though. Broken out. Discover Bank. Yeah, you missed a credit card payment at some point, dude.
I think
99% utilization there. So that's you're probably at, so it's at 1,978, and that's probably out of 2,000.
yes.
203 on something capital, 24% utilization there. Okay, here's Department of Education, $20,000, then 6, then 5, then 5, then 4, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 2, then 2, then 2, then 1, then 600, then 500.
Does that look like a guy that's going to be paying back his debts? Look at him. He's not paying back nothing. He's going to be a debt slave until he's dead. I can just look at it, see it. He's naming off all these debts. This guy doesn't care. It is what it is. I'll figure it out later. And you got to remember that without debt slave, there could be no aliens. S&D family, we call ourselves aliens because we are alienated by debt slaves, which is cool. We're cool with that. Doesn't matter. We really don't care. But he is a young prime beef cattle candidate.
Okay. So then some of these are accruing interest. So some of the 2,209 is negative 10% paid off. And then another 2,000 negative 6, another 2,000 negative 1% paid off. So these are not all federal?
Not all of them, I don't believe.
Oh, some of these are
Some of the PACE ones were through the school.
borrowed from the school. So, like,
Yeah.
do you know the interest rates on these, dude?
That I do not yet.
Do you know your what is it?
No, of course not.
Nelnet login?
No,
Yes.
I might get you to
That's
log
not
into
like-
that in just a second.
that didn't sound like a positive yes.
We got to see because that's going to be critical. I like a real calculator in a box.
Anything is possible, Arlene.
You have $60,000.
He's far from-
slightly rounded up. $60,000 in student loan debt at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about considering borrowing another $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in pain right now. I want my stomach is. Then we have an Ally Financial car loan.
Don't talk about your
That
stomach.
gets paid off in a year.
What do you mean? It's paid off in a year. You've paid 24% of it, and the term is 48 months, 4 years.
They told me 3 years when I was taken out, so that's fun.
Mm.
Would you not know how to just look at the months?
I was, and I thought I looked at it correctly. I guess I need to go back and talk to my.
You didn't look at it
uncle
at all.
about that,
You
'cause I
said
was
you didn't
told-
look at it at
basically,
all.
I had
Be
two
honest
options.
with
One was
yourself.
3 years through one bank and 4 years through another, and I chose the 3 years, and that was right at the start of my
Oh,
college
man,
career.
this is torture.
My grad,
And it's at about 11%.
probably.
$5,500 for 3 more years. 3 more years, probably at 11%. This is one of the worst financial situations we've viewed in a long time.
You're welcome.
Yes, I feel bad. This is going to take a lot of work to get out of. Try to log into.
No, not.
Yeah, if you can, please.
I'll see.
Let me just look at one more thing. We have some hard inquiries. Capital One, Citizen Bank.
Oh, this
Okay.
is fast forward because this is
Yeah, that credit card. That is interest charge in the last month, essentially $40. Oh, and again, you missed the payment.
You know what? As I'm looking at, hold on, let me get that.
Remember, I don't remember exactly when that was, but it's in your history that you missed the payment. Let me get.
Sometimes I want, is Caleb paying these people? Because Caleb's basically just talking about him, and he's sitting there in the chair and he's taking it. So I'm wondering if Caleb offers these guys money. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yes, you're only going to be making minimum payments. You're going to be only minimum payment total $3,833 on this $2,000. So you're going to lose $1,833, but you're also going to continue to purchase more because every time you have a couple dollars in there, you go purchase a couple dollars. Any thoughts? Or you're just going to let me die over here?
Because you got to remember, Caleb can throw a couple $100 at them, and they're gonna take that. They a free $200 for just sitting there talking about my finances. Yeah.
I think I'm the one dying, but yeah.
Good. Because the purpose of this right now is you need to see how dire the situation is. I'm going hard because you have just been living life like this doesn't matter, and you need to be awoken to the disaster you've gotten yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to 23% interest on this death of debt.
Yes.
The other credit card. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Okay.
I'll take all the pity I can get.
Because you can have such a hard future, and we're going to talk
All right,
about
let's fast forward.
that. You are having late fees, and 23% interest on thousands of dollars in debt. You cannot use credit cards. Will you get rid of them?
Yes.
Will you actually?
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
Do you have them on you?
No.
Of course
Why?
not.
Huh?
Huh?
Because I didn't bring them with me, so I wouldn't spend anything.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to spend money in here. You don't have your wallet on you at all times?
I do have my wallet on me.
But they're not in your wallet at all times?
Correct.
I'm surprised because you spend so much money on them. Are they online spending?
No.
When you get home, destroy those.
No, he's not.
Just I'm sorry, you're just not a credit card person.
He's not.
As long as you accept that,
I do.
that's okay. The scary part is you went from 1,316 in your checking account. We went through all the purchases, but you went from 1,316 down to 275.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have savings?
Oof.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, just with this situation.
Then why'd you
bummer.
ask,
I wish you
Caleb?
did so we could.
Why'd you ask? Because you knew
I
he
did
did.
have a savings when I got to grad school, and then I had to UT's. Basically, they don't pay you till the second month of your semester. So like you use all your money to move there, and then September they don't pay you anything, and you get your first payment in October. So that's where all that savings went.
you had to subsidize your life.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about your lifestyle and having
You
to
had
go
to
crazy, taking on a bunch of projects.
You had to subsidize it. No, you had to pay for your own life, not subsidize your life.
Mm-hmm.
If you just did the minimum, quiet quit. If you did the minimum required, but met everything at 100%, which was the actual definition of quiet quitting, people like Dave Ramsey make it think like you don't do work. But the actual definition is you're doing 100% of what's required, but you're not going above and beyond that. If you did that to graduate and get your degree, what would that lifestyle look like on a weekly basis?
A lot less, and that's actually what I'm doing next semester.
Mm-hmm.
The only show I'm designing actually opens in late February.
So what
the only show I'm designing
What opens up?
a lot less, and that's actually what I'm doing next semester.
Mm-hmm.
The only show I'm designing actually opens in late February.
So what does your week look like?
For like
a normal week in that scenario?
After that show opens, which is late February, it would be just mainly classes Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
My day is usually ending around 5 p.m. and that's not including homework.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically going home, getting food, bringing my car back, and then
making food. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
No, it is not.
Bringing my car back and then doing all the homework
That's
there.
good.
Payment.
$189.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't a terribly expensive car when you got it, and you stretched it out to 4 years, but the interest rate is death.
Actually, my mom put down the down payment on that.
How much?
It was my grad present because I went straight from undergrad into grad, and I got the car before grad. So it was my grad present for.
So his mom put down the down payment and got him a financed car as a graduation present. Let's say that one more time. As a graduation present, she put down the money and got and financed a car as a present. Here's some debt on wheels. Here, congratulations for graduating.
Because I went straight from undergrad into grad, and I got the car before grad. So it was like the gift. It was
that's a gift going into debt.
It was $5,000 for a down payment.
Okay, so it paid off half essentially, almost half. Well, like 40%, 35, 40, something like that. Either way, okay, whatever. And interest rate's disgusting. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
My number one goal right now is because these interest rates on these student loans are not good, meaning the ones you're borrowing, they're continuing to not be good. What we need to do is,
because of grad school, they are not accruing. I believe that accruing was from between.
I don't even care about it accruing right now. I'm just talking about the rates because they'll eventually hit once you graduate.
Copy.
But yeah, since you're in school, the one.
Okay.
So your rent, utilities, $1,800 a month. What was this car payment?
The car payment, $189. Brought up to $190 because there's like some cents in there too, unless you don't care.
Yeah, $190. That's fine. Probably like $100 a month on gas because you don't drive too far outside of campus often, do you?
Yeah, no, it's about $100.
Okay. Are you on your parents' health insurance?
No, I get 3UT for free.
For free. Okay. Good. Well, that's okay. Car insurance?
I combine car and home, and it's about $120 a month.
So right now we're looking at from the 1,800 we bring. Oh, sorry, 1,800 was your salary. Your rent.
This guy.
Today for some reason.
Okay, I don't really want to get into all this stuff. You guys got to remember when
from there
when he starts showing all these graphs. Okay, we're gonna end this because this is. Wait, let me see something.
Yeah, so 60 months to pay off your student loans, and interest would be accruing. It'll probably take like 65 months. That's 5.5 years. So you don't want to be doing that for 5.5 years, right? Of just sacrificing and not having any fun for 5.5 years. So really 6 years total after all the stuff you've already been doing up to that point.
Right.
Like 6.5 years.
Like I said, I was meaning to make those sacrifices this semester. And
okay, that's enough.
As drastic as I.
Woo! All right, from now on, we're gonna be doing one each because I think I can only handle one at a time. I can't really handle two. I just got excited, and we're gonna be doing one next time, not two. That's just too long. I can't. It's torture for me too. It really is. It's just torture. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, let me put this link in here if you guys got any questions for me or something that you guys saw that maybe I didn't comment or should have commented on. Oh man, you know what? Caleb got a good thing going on, man, because he got. I couldn't do what he does because it's just, that would be just torture for me. I just couldn't do that. And I, do I talk about debt slaves? Yeah, I do, but that's like debt slave abuse. Okay, that's debt slave, and I would not be surprised if he's not paying them, give him maybe 100 or two, because people that, if they're that deep in debt and they're behind on whatever, right? If you throw a couple $100 at them, they'll come on a show and be embarrassed. But you got to remember, they're so, people in debt chase money because they are the money. They are the taxes. They are the savings accounts. They are the insurance account. They are everything. They just don't know they are. But if you come on the show and get totally embarrassed, laughed at, and you don't even know, you are a debt slave completely. And again, I'm not knocking Caleb's business. That's important. Would you say, imagine LJ in the interview, in that interview, the facial, yeah. And now, and when I do these videos, I'm just out of town right now. That's the only reason why I'm not on camera, because I know you guys like my facial expressions, but I'm just looking a little rough right now. I just got to get trimmed up real good. But to hear some of the stuff, it's just, but I know it's business. You come to the positive side. When he's reading all the list of all these payments from all the businesses, you create a business that's going to be on those lists every single month. You want your business to be on those lists, to be getting monthly payments. Oh, that's automatic payment. That's all the businesses want automatic payments. They do. Just like my gym membership. I should be going more than I should. I know they're taking that money out of my account and I'm not going. Just because I'm kind of down right now, hurt, but it bugs me. I'm watching it. Don't get me wrong. It bugs me if I'm not using it, but that's the only thing that's automatic coming out of my account. Oh man, you guys should go check out this one video. This one's an hour though. It's the one video. If you go to his videos and click on popular, it'll be the first one to pop up. We got like 1.2 million views, right? This girl, now when you watch it, you'll clearly see why it has so many views, because this debt slave right here, she's going to be like that for her entire life. You can just see it. It's bananas. Absolutely, absolutely bananas. It's like, no, there's no way that there's somebody that lost. Yes, there is. Millions of people that lost. Millions of debt slaves lost. And that's how it must be. It has to be that way. The majority of debt slaves must believe they can own things with no money of their own. That's how it will always be until the end of time. But you don't have to be on that side. You can be on the positive side till the end of time. Economies cannot work without people. People are the only species that consume unnecessarily. So whenever you guys hear about robots and automatic machines and this and that, machines don't consume. The machines, without us consuming, there's nothing for the machines to do. Do you understand? So economies can only work with people. Nothing else. It doesn't matter how many robots they build, how many automated machines. None of those things consume except us. So all you got to do is be part of the people on the positive side of the economy, contributing to it properly. That's what I teach here. I teach you how to properly contribute to our economy here in the United States of America. And it's not just America. Capitalism's all over the world. There's debt slaves everywhere. The USA just has the best stock of debt slaves, and we protect them. We have the best stock of debt slaves here. That's why everybody wants to come here, because the Americans here consume the most. That means you have to protect, just like, if you ride, if you go in Texas, right, and you ride across land, right, and you'll see some cows on some land, right, but then you go by a nice piece of land and you look at the cows on that land, you can clearly see the difference. Clearly. That's how it is. That's how it is. Debt slaves are the stock. And that's how it will always be. Now, if you're new to the channel and this is hard for you to hear, but you're still here, that means it's time for you to hear it. Step one, you have to admit that you're a debt slave. That's a good thing. You say, I'm a conscious debt slave. I know I'm a debt slave. Believe it or not, that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to say. Because debt slaves don't know that they're debt slaves. That's the hardest part. You got to wake up from your dream. Just like the movie The Matrix, it's the same thing. You got to wake up from your dream. Like let's use the movie The Matrix, for example, okay? And let's say Agent Smith is what we call ego, okay? Now, you hear a person like me saying, hey, you can't buy a house with a mortgage, right? And then I prove it to you on a calculator. Imagine Agent Smith coming to you and say, that's not true. Everybody's buying mortgages. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You can have equity in a mortgaged house, even though everything Agent Smith is telling you, not mathematically true at all. But if you decide to believe Agent Smith, that's what he's there for, to keep you on the negative side of the economy. That's its job. In order to come to the positive side of the economy, you must first own yourself. What does that mean? You have to get completely out of personal debt to own yourself. You don't know how much it is to cost to own yourself? Log into your credit report, go past the credit score, and look at your total number of debt, your total number. That's how much it costs to own the business of yourself, right there. Until you pay that, you'll never know what I'm talking about, because you can't. Why can't you? Because it's against the laws of mathematics for you to. All right, so it's 2 hours exactly. So if there's no questions, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'm tired tonight. This 3-hour difference, man, has been just like, whew. I've been getting tired early, but I realize it's going on midnight on the East Coast. It's only going on 9 o'clock on the West Coast. I'm like, why am I getting so tired? Because my body thinks it's almost midnight. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you for jumping on, Andre, Arlene, Paulo. Let's see here. I think Robert jumped in there too. Okay, Sal's, Christopher, thank you guys for jumping on. Much appreciated. Gabriel, as always. Yeah, you guys are up late. It's almost midnight there. I always forget. I'm like, oh, let me jump on here real quick. If I'm going to get on, let me get on now, because I know the people on the East Coast are it's late. All right. You guys have a good night. Later.